Hello, welcome to the Edge of Ponderosa. We are back. It's your boy Rick Devins, along with Evil Vic. Don't forget Gavin. And of course, we have Aurora over there. It should be a good time. We're checking in on our fantasy squads. And in doing that, we're going to talk about what happened in episode 1 of Survivor Season 39, The Island of Idols. We're kicking it off with Evil Vic. What do you got for us?
All right, so I watched episode 1 at a bar in Manhattan with my friend Jason. And so obviously I didn't know what was going to happen. And Jason is on my draft squad, whatever. And so he's like, just like, be like, heads up. I'm going to come out hard out the gate. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, are you going to like disappoint me? And lo and behold, Jason fucking disappointed me by looking for an idol 0.36 seconds into the game. And then everyone wants Jason out. So really, it's not looking good. But I mean, as we all know, probably by next week, no one's going to care about it. But I was not happy with my man. I thought he knew better.
He definitely went right out there after that idol. It's just like he was shocked when he was told that he was in trouble. It was like, Jason, come on, man.
There's no reason to look for an idol off rip if you were not in trouble. Like to begin with,
Like if
Elaine went looking,
Nora took up for him though, so that was a positive.
Yeah, Nora's comment. She's like he's like my ex-boyfriend. He's a good guy. Like what?
Then why aren't you together?
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting move out of her to be like the whole tribe is against one person. That's who I'm aligning myself with.
Who has Nora?
Bold move out of Nora, who the preview for next week.
Wardog has her? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But I thought it was also interesting because I feel like on our season, by day 3, everyone was already looking and running around. Like but you knew it. Like you did it with a partner rather than like one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he didn't seem subtle about it. Like I know a lot of people day 1 in our game were like going to get bamboo and like looking in holes while they were gone, but no one was gone 40 minutes.
No.
That was Eric with Tama. I feel like he was always going to get firewood, but he was looking while he was getting firewood.
You know what's interesting? I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not. I think it was like day 1. I was looking for an idol, but I was by myself and it was just like a cameraman with me. And he literally told me to stop. Yeah. He was like, don't do that. You're going to ruin your whole game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
don't do that. Joe's got to find it.
I wonder what that was like.
You guys are really getting us in a lot of trouble. What are you eating there, Victoria?
Brownie batter core ice cream and peanut butter crunchy peanut butter. Ponderosa food, everybody. I'm just getting in the mood.
Yeah, you that is legit Ponderosa food. I feel like you guys, I didn't eat a whole lot of peanut butter at Ponderosa, but Eric and company was going, you guys were going through like jar after jar. Like you'd go through the good stuff, then the bad stuff.
I really don't know what it was, and I still have the problem, but I don't know. Peanut butter.
Aurora, did you have any standout players this week?
Not really. I mean, I had Kelly, who I thought went about her conversation with Dan really well. I was surprised that they even had that conversation in a game where everyone's all nervous about if they're going to say the right thing, the wrong thing. I think she did really well by just confronting him, but doing it in a way that didn't seem like attacking or accusing him of something. It was more of like, here's my fault, and you're kind of getting in that, so can we fix that? So I was very impressed with her.
Yeah, and Dan was on my team, and I was also real happy with how he responded to that. Like, he didn't get defensive. He was like, oh, okay, done.
I really like the fact that Dan's playing a hands-on game, so I can respect that. But, it was a bad start, but I hope that his journey has a happy ending. So,
but how long have you been preparing that?
I've had that for like 3 days. Yeah.
Here's what I'll say though. Okay, with it, they did a whole scene where Dan is on top of Janet and giving her basically like a back massage / like chiropractor thing, and no problem. So like I thought it was weird that they moved that with also like laying on top of. Like if you're gonna speak up, then speak up. But if you're not,
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, like, because I think, like you did, like, great that Kelly said something, but also if you're that averse to human contact and a germaphobe, like, both those things are like way different out there than they are here.
Yeah.
Like on those cold nights, man. I got up close and personal with Keith big time in those first couple nights. I bet he was very uncomfortable.
I got to know Gavin real well the night it rained.
Yep. Yeah. That was awful. Night 3 was the worst night of Survivor.
No, I'm with Kelly. I didn't. Like it was not until like after a few hours of night 3 that I finally got in and started to be like, can I cuddle? And I still got boxed out, but like I'm not a cuddler. Like that's just weird.
Do you think even though she approached it really well, it's going to affect her game just because it's like something? It's like only.
I think it's always going to be there now, though. You know, like you can't go back from it. It's already been said, even though it might have needed to be said.
Yeah.
Like it's something that you can't take back. So.
Like nothing really happened with it, right? She had this issue and then they resolved it peacefully. So it had to have been included for some reason, right?
I think it was like an attachment of like the Me Too movement. I really do think that they hit on something where it's like, okay, women telling a guy, oh, come on, he's in the business, he's in power, he's a talent manager. I mean, it goes straight with the E2 movement, but it worked in a way where I think they showed that you can have conversations. So I think if it continues, it's going to continue more on Dan than it would on Kelly, especially because Molly was the narrator of the whole thing. Yeah. Like it should have been Kelly if Kelly was going to be a problem.
And I think for Dan, it's like done. Message received. Like I think we got a little mixed up because Janet seemed like into crack my back, help me out, and it's just something that works for somebody doesn't work for somebody else.
Can we talk about Janet, please?
Yeah, please. Let's talk about Janet. She's
Janet, amazing.
Yeah.
I love Queen Janet. Sonny
wants to get in on this Janet talk.
Sonny's barking. Sonny, come here.
Well, I think she was breaking all, I don't know, stigmas or whatever word you want to put with it for her archetype, the older lady. She was the first one to make fire. She was the one to take the rings off. Something that I touched out.
Oh, she's too big.
She was impressive.
You got
Janet.
Had Joe make fire that way on your tribe. We tried for days, all of us together, and did not get it going. So I was blown away when she basically did it single-handedly.
It was super
I was impressed.
Yeah.
And then she goes and nails the grappling hook.
Yep.
Yes, Janet.
Okay, so I truly was surprised that she did the grapple hook. And not because that she could actually do it and stuff like that, but I know at least for our first challenge, like you had the rope climb. And I remember watching for the first few challenges, watching Eric, because you could see Eric really wanted to step up, wanted to do stuff. Like I knew I could climb a rope, but it was always Joe. No one was ever going to speak up against that because it might cause conflict. It might demonstrate that you want to do something. So I was really surprised that like Janet was able to do these things and no one was like, no, let me do this instead.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of the fire, though. Like they saw her start the fire, so let's stay out of her way. If she can do that, then she might be able to knock this out also.
And I kept thinking
I think fire was key
by putting herself in that position, except then she'd crush it.
Yeah, she killed it.
Yeah, we all definitely underestimated Janet going into this.
Everyone except War Dog, who drafted her. He loves the team.
War Dog's already down one, so even if one of his is a hero, I don't know.
But I think Janet's good, but I think she also needs to step back and realize that as much as she may be able to do stuff, she better not try and do everything. Because everyone else wants their survivor experience.
I don't get that vibe from her. I don't think she's going to be like a do-it-all.
Like she just needed to make a statement early.
I don't think she will either.
She was smart enough to stay off that puzzle, even though her team rocked it. Where's Dean?
That puzzle was rough.
That puzzle didn't look that hard.
No, it was rough.
And how weird was it that like they had a piece that fit and were like, let's take it off?
Yeah, they said, no, that one's wrong. I'm like, how could it be wrong if it's flush?
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Why did they look?
The puzzle block.
Why did they look to the one before? Like I felt like they were all in front of it. These were the pieces you were going to use for this tower, right?
I was trying to figure out how it worked.
I think they could all be used because I even saw where someone thought they had decoy pieces and they didn't. So like they were all in like one big stack. So I think that's why they were taking pieces out, even though they might have thought one fit. It was the wrong piece because the next piece wouldn't fit into it. So I think that's the reason they took out pieces, because they thought there was decoy pieces in there also.
That's just still dumb. If it's flush, it fits.
Yeah.
If the next one didn't fit on top of it, you have to look for the right holes to go in the peg. Like, okay.
The other team made it look real easy.
Yeah.
Who had Dean?
It just shows how easy it is to get so caught up and let your emotions.
Aurora? Do you have Dean?
Yeah.
So Dean, a pretty purple edit, but also didn't get the grappling hook and was on that failing puzzle team. I was surprised. I thought he was going to be like a challenge all-star.
He was the only person who didn't get a confessional.
Really?
Yeah, I saw I think a tweet about that.
But he did get some like constant talking in this show. Like I really do think everyone got
not much.
Here's what I'll give Dean though. Dean is, you would think if he's going to be that like alpha male who's going to come forward, he would have gotten something, would have been more aggressive, and he wasn't. And so like I think he's going to do better than Aaron, because I think Aaron's going to push. Yeah. Be like, I need to be this. Like
Aaron already, he's on the bottom. You know, he doesn't have numbers.
Right. Yeah. Dean was included with those girls and Tom and Vince in the vote at least. And one thing I noticed about Dean, I'm here with all comma members, so I don't know what it was like over on your island, but I know early on in our island, the big manly men like Chris and War Dog were not weaving palm fronds at all. Like that was not something they even tried to do. And Dean was sitting down and weaving some palm fronds with a lot of those women they showed. And I bet that they were receptive to that, you know.
Yeah,
chopping the bamboo and impressing the guys.
Joe wove some palm fronds, but you know.
He also wove.
That was because he built a shelter in 3 hours.
Sunset.
Yeah, he was bored. He built the shelter already. The fire had started. He needed to help with everything else. Doug, can you water my face? No, okay.
We're getting commenters now.
Right.
Odie says Janet rocks. Zach says hi, and Debbie Ribellini says that Dean is Julia.
Oh, wrong.
Well, I guess just because Julia didn't get a
confessional.
Yeah.
So wait, can we move forward to ooh, a spider's on my floor. Anyway, can we move forward to
I want to hear more about this.
Great, kill it.
It's far away enough, it'll be fine. It'll eat the flies.
We'll never watch again if we kill that spider.
What was her name? Elizabeth? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Island of the Idols. Can we please talk about that mess?
Okay. Which one?
I like the fact that she went to fire against Rob. It wasn't the smartest move, but I thought it was good TV.
First of all, there's just so many things I have to say about this whole montage of like the striking of the flint and like the sparks fly. Like it was the biggest waste of goddamn time, in my opinion. Like, first of all, and the look of shock on her face when he made a fire, as if like,
yeah, right.
Who can do this? No one can do this. Like, but you never picked up a flint before you went out there. You knew you were cast on Survivor, and you did not try once at home.
And Rob had already shown her he can make it in less than 30 seconds and then build it. Like
he did make it quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up against that, even though I've never done this in my whole life. Like,
but if y'all were in that situation, would you have tried bartering with him like he said?
No.
You know, because she didn't know that was possible.
I would not have. Who would have thought that?
I would have said, no, I'm not going to take you on in fire. And then he would have said something.
I would have just made a joke and been like, hey, how about Sandra? Like, at least just seeing what can I do here? There's two people. Like,
yeah. And I do like the fact that they have leeway with it, though, because I think that's going to be interesting on down the road.
Yeah.
Like, whenever people don't accept it, you know, they can try enticing them with something new.
Yeah.
And I know with Manu, like, we felt pretty confident that it, at one point at least, it got pretty obvious that it was going to be Reem the first out. And so if I'd gone out there after that was obvious, then sure, I'll give away my vote. Like, I don't need it. Even if I think I'm going to lose, like, maybe I'll get an idol out of it, and I don't really need my vote. So
that's true.
But
it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
This was the very first vote. She had no idea what was going on at camp.
Yeah.
And she was going up against Rob, who clearly can make fire at the fucking drop of a hat. Like, it just didn't make any sense. What?
How about our cover story, too? Wouldn't you guys be like, oh, that's awesome. Let me see that note.
Well, it's going to blow up whenever someone else comes back, you know, because they're going to be like, oh, just met Massachusetts Robert, like
all she did was give the next person to go out there all this power over her. 3 days from now, she is up Schitt's Creek.
One thing I do not like is I don't like that it didn't show who's coming next. Like, it needs to show who's coming. Like, I don't agree with that. I think that they need to show right then and there. Like, Rob didn't even look at it.
Yeah, especially
what was the point of that?
Preview. It's like, if you're going to show it in the preview, why not show it there?
It just makes it look like production has too much control of that.
Yeah,
but I will say she saw it. So it's not.
No, she kept it folded. No one saw it. Rob just said, I'll take that.
I'm not going to show you this.
Oh, well, then it could be anyone. Because I'm also confused because I thought the rules were that the winning team got to pick someone from the losing team. So if the person who was picked was from the winning team, do they still go?
Yeah, I didn't get that either. He said from the other tribe, right?
Yeah, I think no matter who wins or loses, it's going to be someone from purple.
That's kind of dumb.
Do you guys relate to purple? I feel like orange is the misfit Manu tribe.
I like purple.
We talked about that in our draft. They seem to live up to the billing.
I think orange is funnier.
Yeah, they're great characters.
They're great characters, but so were y'all.
I don't know. I think purple had some good character moments. Like, I really liked watching Jason hunt for the idol. Loved watching Dan with the rope down, like it was good TV, and they have Tommy, Jack. Like, it's a solid tribe.
And I never once saw a clam spit at anybody out there. I saw a lot of giant clams. That was hilarious.
How were there not more dirty jokes about that? Like, if Jeff was there, he would have said something.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Jeff, what about the lack of a marooning?
Love it. Love it.
Do you love it?
Do we really think that Jeff doesn't know everybody's name and we need to ask, are you excited? Yes, everyone's fucking excited. And yes, he knows everyone's name.
Well, not that. I don't care about that part. I mean, like, there's no chance for like an advantage right off rip, and there's no like scrambling, and like there's no just like bam, you're in the game,
Yeah.
As a player, I would rather do what they did, but I think it's more fun watching on TV people jump off a ship. Like, I hated doing that in the moment because I was afraid I was going to drown.
It was terrifying. Yeah.
I'd rather
much
do what
rather
we
just
did.
put off on it.
I think I would have been really paranoid if we didn't see Jeff for 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, I would think like we are supposed to, like, we need to find some, like unleash Jeff somehow. I don't know. I would really be talking about it all the time. Like, guys, what do you think's happening with Jeff?
Jeff's in a tree somewhere. Got to find Jeff.
Yeah. It's the island of idols. Like, maybe we need to find an idol to bring Jeff into the game. I don't know, man. I'm going nuts just thinking about it now.
Well, I think it's even interesting the name. Like, it's not Island of Idols. It's Island of the Idols. So I feel like you should start thinking I would think it's also like people. Like, I would think.
Really?
That's not fair. You're just saying that because you know now.
No, because you would just say Island of Idols. Like, idols are idols. Like, but the idols.
I don't know. We had The Edge of Extinction, and I thought about it twice. Like, wonder what that is.
I thought it was the final season of Survivor.
Yeah, no.
But like, there's no precedent for this. Like, there's already a cast of 20 people. Why would they ever expect to see other people in any capacity?
Yeah, when they haven't done something like this in 38 seasons.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Rick. What were you saying?
I was just saying it's kind of funny here that we were Edge of Extinction, and like, I'm the only one to represent. Like, Gavin never went. You never went. Aurora spent the night. It's like. I'm here with the people that dominated the game. This isn't fair.
Well, what can we say? No, we're all top 7, right?
Yep.
That's right.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
My question is, so Elizabeth's reaction when walking up and everything was like, oh my God, so excited. I don't think my face would have been.
Like, oh, hell.
I think I would have been like, I'm not playing against you. Like, not.
I totally believe that you would have been like that. I would have pulled an Elizabeth.
I think I would have been excited because you're thinking you're about to be on exile, basically, right? No one's going to be there. You got to live alone for 3 days, and you find out, oh, look, it's 2 people who know what the fuck's going on.
Instead, you get to make fire against Rob. Yay.
I know,
but you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, day 3, going to an island by yourself, I would have been freaked out a little bit. That's a really interesting point, Vic.
But it's also like, this is the first time there's ever been someone involved in the game that wasn't playing. So I would have automatically thought, holy crap, I'm playing against you. Like, I didn't sign up for
maybe.
One time.
Oh
Yeah.
And that ended up being like a great reward.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. So they were sitting up in like the spy shack watching Tribal Council. Do you think eventually they're going to become part of the jury, even though I don't know. You don't think so?
I don't think they're going to be involved in the game in any way
until Sandra sneezes and they all look up. Like, what was that? No.
It said in the clue or whatever the thing was, they don't get to vote.
Okay.
So
I was a little annoyed at first with their commentary, like, "Oh, I like him. He's smart." But then Sandra's one-liner just like was the best line of the whole night for me.
And I'm fine with that. Like, give me the one-liners any day. But no, I actually do have a problem with them commenting on it because I feel like, especially as viewers, you're watching, you want to make your own opinion.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're inevitably going to listen to what they're saying and add that to your opinion. I don't like that. I don't need Sandra to tell me what I like or I don't like.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Do you also think that, because it would show them giving commentaries for certain players, do you think like that's hinting towards the future, or is that just like basically pissing in the wind? Like I know for Karishma, like Rob's like, oh, she's smart. You know, like is that hinting like this is Boston Rob's protege in the making, or no? Like are we looking too far into it now? Okay.
I don't think so.
Neville says he loves the giant statues. They cracked him up.
Well, yeah, they're hilarious.
They are hilarious. I don't know if I would have recognized Rob just from the statue. Sandra's like very obvious, but yeah, without the hat, I'd have been like, oh, and another player.
Gold chain.
Yeah, dude, if they had a giant gold chain.
Well, I was personally hoping that like they'd open like some door on the back of the statues and they've been living inside their respective statue.
Like a keyboard elf treehouse.
I was hoping.
And I guess that, like they say they're living out there, and I totally believe it. But obviously they're also being fed.
Yeah, because like, what's the point? Why they don't have to live out there?
Yeah,
no, it's something like they chose. Like they said, we are going to live on the island. Yeah. And I think if you're going to have someone telling you how to be there, how to do this, suffer with me.
Yeah, but also they're on season 40, so why would they want to disadvantage themselves like that?
Because they're getting ready for it. They're getting their bodies ready.
I don't think you should get ready for it like that. Yeah, I don't agree with that.
You're talking about.
You don't think when it rolls, they're going
up.
How do we know what season 40 is yet? We're like episode 1 of season 39.
Okay, let's be honest. When it rains, they're going inside.
Yeah. If it's right, of course they've got to have a tarp and stuff. Like I'd be like, yeah, I'll sleep outside. But
they did have a tarp. It showed them having a tarp.
Yeah,
you have their own bed.
Yeah. Well.
So wait, did we talk about the fact that she lied and how dumb the lie was? We did. Okay.
Yeah,
there was something else I wanted to say. Shit, I forgot. Well, we can move on to Elaine.
Yeah, Elaine.
Oh, gosh.
Stole the show. But my worry about Elaine is she got so much good content. I think she's going to be like America's fan favorite, all that type of stuff. But I don't think she's going to win. I think she might she might fall into the Rick Devens type.
She's going to find
player where she, yeah, that's what she said she wanted to do. Challenges. I think she's going to get far and everyone's going to be pulling for her and it's going to become a problem at Tribal. Like people are going to keep basically fighting the case for her, saying, you know, if she gets this far, she's going to win. And eventually she's going to get taken out if she can't go on a winning streak like you did.
I mean, the fact that they're trying to get rid of her just because she's likable.
Right. On day 3.
Was like
that's
bizarre.
Way too early. Yeah.
It was dumb. Pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Super nice, though. I'd love to meet her. Like,
did you guys ever watch Orange is the New Black? Anybody?
Yeah.
Does Elaine not sound exactly like Yoga Jones? Her voice.
I don't.
Anyone watching this out in the internet world, somebody needs to agree with me on that because it's been driving me crazy because they sound exactly the same.
O'Deef thinks that Elaine reminds him of Siri 1.0. So I guess Siri from her first season.
I don't know. I love her. Like, I think she's funny. She's personable. I loved her immediately after talking with Ronnie. She was like, I'm here. He's here. Like, she's great at telling a story, amazing confessionals. But I think she also gave away, again, that she is likable. She is going to get along with people and that she can cry at Tribal.
Yeah.
Because no offense, do you think she knew what was happening with the votes?
I think she did. I think Tom, like the whole time I was real worried that Tom was just like oblivious and was just so confident. But this time, it's like, man,
the
Tom's Canadian hockey player. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh man, Tom had his finger on it the whole time. He knew exactly what was going on. And I think even if she was scared, like he was constantly telling her, "You're fine. We have the numbers.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Ronnie." I love that trio though of Vince and Elaine and Tom.
Yeah.
Although the second they walked off, I turned to somebody at my watch party and just said, "Oh, look, it's Reem, Kelly, and Keith. Like they're in so much trouble."
Wendy.
Oh, who did I say? Oh,
Kelly.
no, yeah, Reem, Wendy, and Keith.
Yeah.
Reem, Kelly, and Keith would have been a whole different trio.
That was it. I wanted to say like how emotional that tribal was like comical to me. I don't know if that's just me being me, but that was like hilarious. I was like, damn, like everyone's such a pussy out here this season.
Here's what I also done.
And I related so much. So that just shows what a greater player Vic is.
Here's what I also don't understand. Elaine is talking. She's crying. She's speaking. And then Ronnie starts talking about the jobs he's had. And he's like, I've
11 of them.
I've worked for a friend's nutrition bar. I'm like, those sound like decent jobs to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I've tried, what was it? Snowboarding in Thailand. What did he say?
Kickboxing in Thailand.
Kickboxing. Wait, wow, your privilege is showing. Like, none of this is difficult. Like,
it's like Elaine's been in a factory for 20 years, bro.
I tried.
It would have been amazing if Ronnie would have stayed in and they would have done what they do on The Bachelor and changed his job title. They did it with Debbie. In season 32, they changed the job title every single time.
I
would have loved for something like that to have happened.
I'm just like, boy, you got a girl who this woman everyone loves, and now she's crying, and you just start talking about yourself.
Yeah, you have to compete. Whose life is sadder?
Yeah.
Like,
Zach says that Elaine is like Lauren Rimmer, which I definitely see. I love Lauren Rimmer, but Lauren Rimmer was a little more like I don't give a, whereas Elaine is a little more lovable.
Yeah, I don't think that they're really alike at all, other than they're not your stereotypical like female who's walking around in a bikini. Like, I don't really see anything.
Dude, Gavin, maybe you can explain this to me. I'm still watching these guys, and I've wondered it all the 37 seasons up to ours. And now that I've played, I wonder even more. Why don't people wear pants? I'm like, Vince, put on some pants, bro. Ronnie,
no, it's honestly, it's hot out there. And like, I was wearing jeans, like you don't want to chafe. And the thing is like those jeans, like once they got wet, they never dried. So you're walking around damp jeans, they'd rub you raw. So you just got to air it out, you know, like.
Everyone should have just made their own shorts. What's wrong?
Exactly.
So easy.
Vic, the best fashion designer in Survivor history.
I feel like Kama was the most clothed tribe ever. Like, we always had a shirt on or something.
Who?
I would always wear a shirt.
Kama?
Yeah.
I wasn't wearing anything.
Every single challenge.
I never wore pants.
Like, naked.
Oh,
I never wore clothing challenges.
I would only go in boxers if my pants were drying or we were doing a swimming challenge. Yeah. Otherwise, like I told my mom when I went out there, I was like, "Mom, I'm going to wear pants."
Yeah, me.
My roommate lit incense and it's OD. That's what I left because I had to go shut my door so Pete didn't die of smoke inhalation.
All right, so who were you guys most impressed with? They don't have to be on your team, but most impressed with, like, wow, this person, they could go deep.
I thought your boy Jack was real impressive.
I like Jack. Jack and Tommy both. And they're going to be that power duo. So I think they're going to Jack and Tommy together.
Tommy!
I think they're going to run the show.
I think Tommy's like the way he talked, the way he got his confessional, he got that right away. Like, hey, I want to be a school teacher. I want to make everyone feel comfortable and come talk to me. And right away, he was showing it. Like, I think he's got a lot of promise.
I might be influenced because I met Missy. Missy is awesome.
Missy!
Yeah, your team's looking real good, Aurora. Victoria.
Okay, Jack.
I was looking down here, and then I'm looking up here. Missy is awesome. Even better in person. Missy Bird. That's right, Victoria. And then when I watched her in Tribal, it's like everyone was crying, and she was just bored straight.
Stone cold.
Victoria face.
I was
like, she's going to do well, I think.
Yeah.
I will. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was fine. I was going to say I was most surprised by Kelly because I thought she was going to be a lot more abrasive than she was. And she seems like she could be okay, although the preview for next week shows her being a little off, doesn't it?
Yeah,
She's
Really?
crying.
Something weird is going
She's
on.
crying.
Right.
So there's been a new preview. So she
Yeah.
is going to the Island of Idols.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Hey, it's on preview. I didn't do it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, I don't.
goes out.
Yeah.
I don't have like TV, so I just
Oh, I
watch it
don't either.
online.
Yeah, Instagram. So
And then it looks like Nora is going
What?
off the deep. Like they
What's
want us to at least
happening?
think that
War
she's going
Dog
off the deep end
is
somehow.
derailing one more time.
again, has anyone listened to her and Wiggler at all?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I did after you said it, and you're absolutely right. You don't hear much from Wiggler at all during that interview.
None.
Yeah, she's a little wonky.
I think she,
O'Deeth wants to know how we feel about Molly too.
I like Molly.
You can say what you were going to say, Aurora. Sorry.
I don't see.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Molly getting the clam shot at her? She was a big narrator of a lot of stuff.
She was calmer than I thought she was going to be. I thought she was going to be like, like over the top, like Elizabeth. Elizabeth was exactly who I thought she was going to be, and I don't like
One
her.
thing I did think was funny with Elizabeth is in pregame she said, I'm not going to tell anyone I'm an Olympian. And it was like the first thing I was.
Are you Olympian? You got me.
Okay, so one thing they also don't tell you that they have in like the interviews, she has the rings tattooed on her. So if you don't, you know she's an Olympian.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah. So don't just say you're going to own it because it's on.
I liked Elizabeth.
No one is just
I
like
think
such
she's
a
going
big
to be a
Olympic
beast in
fan
challenges.
with rings.
It's like War Dog saying he's not from New York. Like,
Well, but where are they tattooed on her? Because remember, Russell Hantz's nephew had Hantz tattooed across him, and he never took his shirt off.
Lil Hantz. He
One of the
showed
greatest
coach.
players of all time.
they had already noticed it in
At
preview
me.
games.
I'll
saying.
vouch for that. One of my all-time favorites.
Lil Hantz.
The only person to get massaged by Jeff himself, Brandon Hantz. It takes a special type of person. So
Yeah, that's not a massage I
Team
want.
Brandon.
Luckily, he doesn't mind being a little physical contact.
Not a germaphobe.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was actually a big line around our camp that Chris Underwood was hilarious with, was the pea in the rice line. Like, I'm going to burn this shelter to the ground.
I want to pee in the
Chris
rice.
did it all the time, and it always got a big laugh.
I feel like there was something else I wanted to touch on, but I can't remember what it was.
Zach says that Jason said in his preseason interview he wasn't going to look for idols right off the bat.
How'd that work out for him?
Well,
Best
I mean,
laid
there's a lot of things that
Yeah.
you say you're gonna do or not do, and then you're out there and you're like, well, fuck all. It's like the first day for us, like when I saw we were gonna be jumping off a pirate ship, I'm like, I'm staying on that boat. I'm gonna be the last one off that boat. I'm gonna look for idols, and then I'm watching everyone toss shit into the ocean and everything's sinking into the ocean. And literally, Aurora points at me. She goes, "You jump over." I'm like, "Okay," and like immediately. First one off the boat.
You're like, what should I do? I'm like, I think you should jump over. And then you jump over. And I'm like, bye. And I turn around and go back.
Victoria, that was exactly my experience. I was going to stay up there the whole time. Then I see all the crap in the water. Aurora didn't tell me to go, but it was just like, all of a sudden I'm in the water and I'm like, what did I just do?
Blacked out. But totally useless though, because I jumped in with my Doc Martens on and it was like, nope, I'm going to drown. I can do nothing. Yeah. Everything's just sinking around me and I'm going to sink with it. Like useless. Got nothing in that boat.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like my teammate literally was drowning and I didn't.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm just like, War Dog, hand me the corn.
The corn, you can't cook.
You lost me that papaya.
Yeah.
So one thing that like is so bothered to me, I'm so bothered by is the continuous ad of tribal council.
It kept showing who was going to tribal.
Did anyone watch it live?
Ronnie like 9 times.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
It showed it 3 or 4 times. It was a quick, like 10-second ad, and it was showing tribal council like this past week. Yeah, before it had happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Someone got fired.
So,
yeah,
so you like
someone
knew
messed
which
up.
team was going to lose?
Yeah, you knew who was losing. It showed it 3 or 4 times.
No, I didn't catch that. I was at the watch party, so it probably just whoosh.
Yeah.
It was 4 times. It was so ridiculous, especially because it was before the challenge. Fine, if you see orange, you're like, Ghost Island. But then you're like, no, that's clearly Elaine. That's clearly Tom. Like, it was ridiculous.
Man, I guess they were just like, the whole world knows this orange tribe's not going to win stuff.
Just burn the color.
Was that
Burn it.
Vic is sick of it.
is that where the Edge of Extinction challenge was? That's what it looked like to me. It was
You guys never should have said that about the Orange Tribe. Vic is, the redheads are very defensive.
She ran out of peanut butter. So.
We'll
No,
try
it's
to get her
fine.
back in as soon as she shows up. We'll get her back in here.
I know. There
I
was
said that preview didn't air on the West Coast, so that's good. At least they spared someone.
I was like, so speaking also, Chelsea.
I can't
see you.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Chelsea, such a good narrator. Like, loved her.
Yeah, she was really good.
I thought she was going to come in and be too big of a fan, and she still like kept it pretty chill. And I saw the out clips of them like beatboxing and rapping, and I was like, okay, girl, I like you.
The only hesitation for Chelsea was that she was on. Ronnie said on his exit interview on RHAP that which we all love, that he was not that Chelsea gave up on that puzzle challenge, which you know how bad we were at challenges. We never held anyone accountable, so they might not either. And maybe that was only his perception. But she said that like once she saw the other team pull ahead, that she just stopped.
And what didn't she say that was one of her strong suits was puzzles? Like that was something she was confident in.
I guess so.
Like
She's
in pregame.
Yeah. I think it was also interesting watching the people who are not doing the puzzles on that team. That there was like 2 that were, hey, do this, do this, do this, and the other ones were like, nope. Like Misty, she's like, I'm out of it.
I remember in our first challenge, I know Aurora, you was with me. Like I was part of the puzzle, but I never even looked at it. Like I was just pushing pieces whenever they told me to push. Like had no clue. But
Victoria says she is trying to figure this out, so we hope she's able to come back. Could you guys talk a little bit about your perception of Manu when it came to puzzles?
Honestly, like I expected more out of David and Kelly because I saw like those are supposed to be the brains, especially David, and knowing that he had all those booklets and everything to like made out of puzzles. Like I thought you guys were going to obliterate us, but I didn't realize how good Joe actually was at puzzles.
Julia,
like Joe's, yeah, and Julia. Julie's good also.
And our team, once things started going poorly, it was like,
okay. First, I full out thought you threw the wheel puzzle. So we're talking about Manu and puzzles.
How bad we were at puzzles.
I feel like it's like the Brady Bunch, and you're gonna be like, ding. Okay. I felt that you threw the wheel puzzle because you were so bad. But I honestly don't think that it was like David or someone not being good at puzzles. Y'all screamed at each other so much. Like it was
all of us
watching.
All of us screamed. Maybe just one of us screamed at everybody. Every single challenge.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
On Manu? Lauren
Who
and Kelly
did you
screamed. Everyone knows they screamed. They made a thing of it.
Okay.
Who?
Lauren and Kelly screamed all the entire time, but mostly at War Dogs, so that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. So someone was having the same question we had, which was, why did they start taking the puzzle apart once they got it together? But yeah, everyone seems to agree Chelsea looks fun.
Chelsea!
How are you guys feeling about your different squads?
I feel good.
Yeah, I
yours
feel
looks
good
really
also.
strong, Victoria.
Vic does have a strong team, but I'm still banking on my boy Jack.
Dude,
I don't think Jack will win, but I think he's going to be like a favorite.
Yeah, he might be the next generation Joey Amazing.
I don't want that for Jack.
I think Jack's going to have more of a social game. I think Jack's going to.
Yeah.
I think Jack's going to go deep. I hope he can win, but honestly, think he might fall into something like me and just chokes at the end. Can't pull it off. But I really think that his social game is going to carry him.
Gavin,
because that's what he was talking about.
Relates to Jack.
Kevin pictures Jack coming in second.
I think it's interesting,
Yeah.
especially with the girls already talking about like a girls' alliance. I think it's either going to happen and start connecting at the beginning, or if it's never going to connect. In my opinion,
it's never going to happen. Those things never happen.
Well, I also think a lot of these women are strong women, but everyone is a big fan and looking towards the game rather than looking, can I build a team? None of them are building alliances. None of them are like, hey, right away, like I connect with you. It is 4, 5, 6 people right now, which is smart, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I can't believe after watching the episode that Tom was the Canadian gentleman was our last pick. I feel like he had a really strong.
Yeah, he's a ball.
He's so calm. Like I would absolutely want to keep him around. And I would not want to be across with him in a physical challenge.
I think the problem is though, is whenever you put yourself in like that leadership role that early, like it's going to come down on you, and I think that's going to be his downfall.
Sonny, what's our guess for next boot?
Well, hold on. Let's go back to Tom real quick. No one got annoyed by him talking about like I played with Wayne. I don't know if people think Gretzky or what all these like, and I played with. Shh, we get it. You were.
Oh my God! I would have been asking him questions constantly about playing in the NHL. That would have been my only form of entertainment.
I know. We heard about all the people of sports and everything. You know.
Yeah, you didn't like War Dog and I talking, and Ron and Julia talking sports out there the whole time.
Go sports! I just hope both teams are having fun.
Me and Vic talk SpongeBob.
So yeah, there you go. Vic, what were you saying?
Who's the next boot? I want our predictions.
Clearly, Nora has a rough episode, but I don't know that Purple's going to lose.
I don't think they'd preview Nora being nuts if Nora goes home.
Nah.
I keep forgetting who's on which team.
I was going to say, let me pull up the cast.
I think Aaron was on the wrong side of the vote, but do you think they get rid of two of their big guys that quick? I don't know.
It never goes bang bang, especially not at the beginning.
Well, okay, never goes. When was the last time a woman wasn't voted first out? So we're already changing things.
Yeah, that's true. Ronnie on his exit interview again with Sesternino on RHAP, which we highly recommend, said that he felt like Karishma was closer with he and Aaron than with that other group. So if they do want to keep some of their muscle, she might be in trouble.
Yeah.
That's a good guess.
I also think she's going to get her mouth.
She's going to get what? Oh, she's going to lose control?
Oh, yeah.
Do you relate?
Yeah.
Lawyers?
Yeah.
That's a good guess. I say that's a good guess. Karishma.
What do you guys think about Vince? Like, he really bounced back, even though he got 2 votes.
I feel like they like him enough to keep him, and if he's good enough in the challenges for now, I don't think he's going to go anywhere yet.
Do you think he's going to be seen as a liability in challenges, or do you think he's going to be able to hold his weight?
He certainly didn't seem to slow him down at all, but he was on the puzzle and didn't shine.
Can he swim?
What's that?
Because I would think the next one's like a water challenge.
They showed that it was. Yeah, they released one clip, and it's like it starts in the water, and Elizabeth kills it for her squad, and Jack and Janet, our superheroes, seem to kill it for their squad. Like nobody has any issues in the 1 minute they show.
Janet's going to win the whole thing. Hi, Carly.
Hey, Carly.
They said, hey. She says hello.
We just got like 100 more viewers the second Carly walked in the background. And then Kevin.
Queen.
It's skyrocketing.
Post the photo of her from the wedding recently? Like,
yeah, that was yesterday.
Hey, Sonny.
You are up.
Very lucky. Yeah.
Married up in the world.
Heidi's
I have
right
another
there.
dog here somewhere.
Heidi and Melvin.
Oh, Kevin.
Awesome.
Wait.
So,
do you guys have anything else you want to say before we wrap this baby up?
No, except I'm a little concerned. Where's my second dog? Oh, there he is. I see him. It's fine. We're fine.
And for everybody watching, you need to get together at Vic's and find that.
If Orange loses again, I don't know if it'll be Karishma.
Who's left on Orange for me to choose from?
I think it might be, because I saw on the thing on Twitter it said it'll be a surprising blindside. You know, so I'm thinking it's going to be Elaine or Vince. I hope it's not Elaine
for Orange.
Because I don't know.
That would be
I think it depends on the challenge.
Okay, I know this is going to be really bad.
Because there's been
But I think also Missy may be in danger because you've seen her great story and everything, but I haven't seen her build relationships. Like, yeah, she did something with Elaine, but she already opened her mouth against other people and let out something.
Well, and they did say when they were trying to gather numbers and Elizabeth was on the Island of Idols, like they looked at Missy and were like, do you have Elizabeth? And she was like, yeah, no problem. So
okay,
she might have some relationship.
Got some agency.
That would definitely be a surprising blindside. Maybe, Aaron's in such trouble. Maybe he does turn the tides on Elizabeth.
Or he could find an idol.
We'll see the backlash of her lie a little bit, and they'll freak out that she has an idol. Elizabeth could be in trouble.
Well, but so they won't know that Elizabeth's lying yet, right? Because the other color is going.
Wouldn't you know she was like? You wouldn't know for sure that Rob and Sandra were there, but I would know she was lying based on that. Like, I would absolutely just be like, "Where's the note?" Because you know how important souvenirs are out there. She said
also,
she hit that door and there was a note.
This is what I meant to bring up about this. How dumb is it that she didn't at least even say like, "Oh, I smashed the wrong urn," and it said, "Now you have no vote." Because had the voting gone differently and her paper come up saying no vote, everyone would have known it was hers. Who else could have gotten that?
Yeah.
Like, and then like, bam, you're caught in your lie right then and there.
That's so true. Like, she had to count on the survivor gods putting that vote at the end, and so it doesn't have to come out.
I just don't get it, because if you told the truth but you lied and said you didn't take the challenge, like, it doesn't hurt you anyway, but you told some sort of truth.
Totally agree.
But tell the truth to the main part.
There was nothing beneficial about her lying about it. That gained her nothing, no favors by lying, and she would not have been in any danger by telling the truth.
Right. If I came back and was like, "Hey, Rob and Sandra are out there, and guess what? He taught me to make fire. Like, when we get flint and steel, I'll show you." I would believe that. I'd be like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
Like, she's lying. She found an idol. She's making something up.
I mean, Rick, even with your idol that you got coming back from Edge of Extinction, you said the truth. Like, I got this, but my buddy had to hold it on the other side. Yes, David.
That's the idol.
Oh
right
my
there,
God.
baby.
So I thought that
Awesome,
was
sir.
smart for two. I mean, you told the truth also because in the future, we all knew what was going to happen when someone came back.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So dumb. That's my biggest complaint. I hope she goes next.
What happens if Purple loses? Who do we think?
Nora. Based on that thing. Based on the
Nora
I can't
seems
imagine.
insane.
Okay.
Although maybe they're already the way they got rid of
Seems to
someone
have a good
who
head on the shoulders.
they're already planning on taking.
Very even tempered.
Okay, but what was it? Fansier's favorite was Shamir. When was Shamir in it? Shamar.
Oh,
He was Manzar's favorite.
Yes.
Dude.
So you know how he may be a Shamar that like you're like, oh wait, she's crazy. Like I might keep her, and then be like, oh, I can control her. But you might keep her.
Well, think how long Debbie stayed, you know.
I love
an
that.
Abby Maria type character.
But Debbie was a game changer, Vic.
Philip.
So.
Philip. Yeah, just those people that are zany that you keep around.
All right. Do we have any final thoughts?
I love hour and a half. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I thought they made
very
really good use of the hour and a half. Like, I feel like I got to know pretty much everyone except Dean.
Jamal.
Yeah, you didn't get to know Jamal too well, but I like him.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
He's on the right tribe.
Yeah.
No opening credits still though.
No, and apparently they're not happening there at all, right?
Yeah, didn't even make them. Yeah.
At least we got ours.
I will take more time in learning. I mean, they were so quick, and they didn't just say like, "Oh, hi, I'm this person." It was like, "I'm an Olympic athlete. I did this for a living."
You got personal content.
Story.
And I think that's something that our season lacked a lot of, just in general, was
Yeah.
personal content, like truly getting to know each person. So I like that.
Yeah, some jerk was running around the island taking all the camera time.
Yeah. Surprise. You would have known he was good.
Yeah.
Did you see your final edit video? It's 3 hours.
I haven't watched it all yet.
The second closest is Lauren with 1:40.
Wow. Mine was 12 minutes.
12.
Robert from Survivor Specialist told me that like 7 of like the first 9 confessionals or something this season were women. So I think the women are the really good storytellers, which is going to be great because everyone who did have a confessional I thought really was fun to listen to.
Yeah.
But I
think it's a promising season.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting to watch people. I wish we could do something where it's like someone's like first few confessionals and then like confessionals after merge, where it's like the first one you're like, after merge you're like, yo, like this is the game.
Me all the time.
One other thing I really liked is, I think, and this is for Vic's team, I really like Tommy's personal content. I think the way he talked about his girlfriend, I think that's setting him up for like the big emotional family visit. I know it's early, but I think they threw that in there episode 1. So I think Vic's got a good pick with Tommy also.
Interesting.
But I also like how he was like, I am going to propose when I get back. So like already planned. Doesn't have to be a million.
Yeah.
I know. My logic was flawed on that one.
Zach Richards points out, which I love, it's unlikely, but it's possible on the Purple Tribe that we could have another trio of Kelly, Lauren, and Dan. Just like the Lesu 3 of War Dog, Lauren, and Kelly.
Ah,
I don't think it looks much, though.
I don't see Kelly and Dan maybe making a great alliance.
No.
And Lauren just seems like she's having a good time out there. She doesn't seem like. I guess
Lauren.
we don't really know about the Purple Tribe because they didn't have to go to tribal.
Yeah.
As far as where the relationships lie.
I wonder what that feels like.
Yeah. It must be nice not having to go to a tribal here and there.
It
Man.
must be nice to have 3 hours of TV time.
Well, when you lose a lot.
shots fired. Shots fired both directions.
Well, this was fun. I think we're planning on doing this every week, right? And we might add different guests along the way. If they want to come play, we don't care.
Yeah, don't expect it to be on the same night or same time because we got
Right. It's going to be haphazard. It's not going to be on this YouTube channel. It's going to be on one that is exclusively Edge of Ponderosa. We had to do some crazy stuff tonight, but yeah, it's fun. And this was, anyway. Good time. You guys ready to log off?
Everybody get Rick a job. The final words. Rick needs a job. Everyone wish Pete a happy birthday. It's his 6th birthday. We're all very proud. We like Aurora's dog, Kevin, and bye, Gavin.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carly.
Beautiful sign off.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Showing the love.
See